Now at 10, the Chamber of Commerce in Carthage joins local businesses celebrating Small Business Saturday. Plus, early Christmas shoppers get to sample local vendors at the Civic Center in Miami. And the Joplin History and Mineral Museum gives patrons a look at model trains during their train show and swap meet.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The KOAM News at 10 starts now. Cities nationwide are highlighting their local businesses this Small Business Saturday. KOAM's Amber Jenkins spoke to local small businesses in Carthage to see how Small Business Saturday affects them.
Carthage Chamber of Commerce is encouraging the community to shop at small businesses during Small Business Saturday.
Anytime the city's involved or the chamber's involved to help push businesses, ours and others here locally, that's always good.
More than 20 small businesses in Carthage are offering discounts, free gifts, and more.
Everybody knows that small businesses, they really employ a large force throughout the nation. Here in Carthage on the square, being a small business is hometown service. The customers come through the door. We not only know their name, but we generally know the project they're working on.
The small business community is tight-knitted, often supporting each other's businesses.
And if we can't provide it, we actually have other businesses in the area that we partner with and say, hey, let's go down here and see if we can get you some help over here. So the small town community or the small business community that grows together is really going to survive together.
Small Business Saturday is especially helpful for local businesses recovering from economic hardship.
It takes a special kind of owner to be successful with a business, to be able to relate to customers and to grow the business, especially in times that are kind of uncertain, like with COVID and all the things with the economic situation that we're facing with.
Reporting in Carthage, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Shoppers were able to pick up a Carthage Shoppers card from any of the 23 participating businesses at the Carthage Chamber. Once shoppers visited 15 of these stores, they received a special holiday stamp which would allow them to enter a drawing for a prize. Chris Warner joins us. What's the weather like, Chris?
Yeah, we've seen plenty of rainfall across the area. The one thing that's been helpful is our temperatures have been a lot closer to normal. Normal high for today, 54. We made it to 53. Not bad. And we're only a couple of degrees off what our normal low should be. As we looked at the Skywatch storm tracker earlier, we saw plenty of this rainfall building through, even patches of heavy rain. And this rain will continue through the majority of the evening. Look at this system. Big low pressure, big spin over Oklahoma, stretches all the way back to the Gulf of Mexico, where they've even been dealing with some severe weather out there. Thankfully, no severe weather in our forecast. For the rest of tonight, rain at 11, still going on, 46. Rain starts to clear out early tomorrow morning. And then as you see, we're 44 at 7 a.m., 44 at 10 a.m. We're going to hit a low tonight of about 40 degrees. And temperatures tomorrow are going to level out at a certain point thanks to the cloud cover we'll see. We'll break down your full forecast here in just a few minutes.
The Two Hip Chicks Roadshow rolled into the Miami Civic Center today. The roadshow allowed for shoppers to get their Christmas shopping done all in one spot. Local vendors were featured selling one-of-a-kind finds found only in the area.
Well, it's Black Friday and we feel like people are shopping anyways, so what better experience to give them than, crafts and a little bit of everything. We're not just a craft show, we're a little bit of everything.
The event ran from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and had door prizes available all day long. Earlier today, the Joplin History and Mineral Museum teamed up with the Tri-State Model Railroaders to host a train show and swap meet. The event featured more than 55 tables of items for sale or trade and food trucks to feed everyone that came. Beyond helping the museum, organizers say it was a great opportunity to help showcase their hobby.
Well, it means it's an opportunity to share a hobby with lots of people, help get them started in the hobby, and for those already in it, to offer products and models that they may not already have.
All proceeds at the door went to benefit the Joplin History and Mineral Museum. Hundreds gathered at Crystal Lake Park in Littleton, Colorado, a neighborhood south of Chatfield Reservoir, Friday night to remember teenager Dylan Wittenberg and comfort his family. Alan Janae, attended and shares the family and friends' memories and grief.
On Tuesday, the pond behind us was a place of tragedy. On this night, around this pond, it became a place of vigil in memory of a 14-year-old and the many friends he had gathered here along with his family.
Bless you, my baby boy.
Candles cast a warm glow on a cold November night along the pond where Dylan Wittenberg died. The crowd stirred his mother, who said it still didn't help her pain much.
He didn't know that he was this big of a deal. That tells you a lot.
This is certainly unfair.
As a pastor spoke to the crowd, the memories came out.
What word comes to mind?
Courageous.
Courageous.
Before the vigil, Dylan's aunt and uncle sat quietly along the water, looking out over the spot where Dylan went in and didn't come out.
We're sad, we're devastated, but we're at peace knowing we had a hero.
In the afternoon, they had spoken about Dylan. While the sheriff's department is yet to indicate how he ended up in the water Tuesday, the family believes he went in to save two girls who fell through the ice and then a friend. All got out except Dylan.
He went under and nobody could find him fast enough to get him out.
At the vigil, people posted memories and notes of comfort.
I'll love you forever. I love Michaela.
One from a close friend, Michaela Wiedek.
We just we're always together. We have so many memories together.
Dylan was always there for her.
He helped me through so much, through thick and thin.
And into the night, balloons rose, a spirit free, but still in the hearts of many people.
So from the bottom of my family, heart and mind, I thank you guys so much.
At Dylan's middle school, they're gathering pictures and memories so that he can be remembered. The Sheriff's Department investigation into what happened is far from complete here. But no matter, his family and those who gathered to remember him will never forget Dylan and what he's done. In Littleton, I'm Alan Janae, covering Colorado First.
Time now to honor another four-state hero. Glenn Schomburg, a Mound Valley, Kansas native, served in the Army as a pole lineman. Schomburg was stationed in Alaska from 1952 to 1954 and was said to have hauled transformers up the pole on his back by himself. Schomburg earned the Good Conduct Medal and the National Defense Service Medal. To Glenn Schomburg, we thank you, our four-state hero. Coming up, learn about one special pet adoption initiative helping our furry friends find a home. Plus, the Pitt State Gorillas take a trip to Big Rapids, Michigan for their second playoff game. That's what's next on KOAM News. It's Small Business Saturday, and shoppers are out supporting their favorite local shops. Despite inflation concerns, Shopify announced a record $3.36 billion worldwide Black Friday sales yesterday, a 17% increase from 2021. Small businesses are hoping this trend continues and boosts sales throughout the holiday season as they recover from the pandemic and continue to compete with retail giants like Amazon and Walmart. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavidez reports from Miami.
On Saturday, President Biden and the First Lady got into the holiday shopping spirit on Nantucket's Main Street. Across the country, Americans are in buying mode after Black Friday kicked off the official holiday shopping season. The National Retail Federation predicts more than 166 million people will make purchases this weekend.
People like to see their clothes, try on sweaters, ask their friends if it looks good on them, maybe even get something to eat at the mall.
Today, Small Business Saturday is encouraging shoppers to support stores that face tough competition from online shopping and big retailers alike.
Anytime you come and give your support by shopping or frequenting their establishments, you're helping a family make it through.
A Bankrate survey finds more people will likely shop on Small Business Saturday than Black Friday this year. An estimated estimated 63% of small retailers expect to see higher profits this holiday season, but high inflation is expected to be a wild card.
Instead of buying multiple gifts, I'm just limited to one gift per person. Some folks aren't even getting gifts.
Seems like every time you go out of the house, you spend $100.
Stacy Hollingsworth, who lives in Memphis, is snapping up shoes at this San Francisco shop.
I feel like it is a wonderful privilege to be able to support the smaller businesses. There's just nothing like the experience.
Hollingsworth says she first visited the store in 2013. This year, she bought 4 pairs of shoes. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
At the beginning of this next week, Cyber Monday discounts are expected to attract millions of online shoppers looking for more holiday bargains. And it's called Black Saturday, but instead of finding deals on your favorite gear, it's a chance to welcome a new member to your family. And this year, nearly 150 dogs and cats got adopted. CBS 2's Tina Ezzedine shows us the mad dash for new pets.
You know, nothing scares them, not even the camera, nothing. Just so sweet. And do we know the backstory on her?
She was just brought in as a stray. Yeah, no backstory on her.
Any approximate age, if you had to guess, for anyone that...
About a year old?
Yeah. Beautiful. So just a very small sample of all of the loving pets that we've been featuring and that are available here for adoption.
The line stretched outside the door of the Riverside County and City Animal Shelter, where we broadcasted live reports throughout the morning. More than 100 people waiting before the opening hour.
I did see it on your coverage, so I'm like, oh, free adoption.
Inside, shelter veterinarians, technicians, applauding the many who came to adopt an animal free.
You're the cutest doggy. I love you. I love you too.
The shelter filled with dogs, cats, guinea pigs, rabbits, and a turtle.
People come to our shelter looking for a dog or a cat, but they don't realize we have bunnies, we have guinea pigs, we have regular pigs.
Overcrowding at shelters is a problem nationwide since the pandemic, as many veterinarians who spay and neuter animals closed up shop or retired.
There is a veterinary shortage, so less vets to be able to do spay and neuters, so people just don't get to it, and then their dogs get out and then repopulate, and we just need to get a hold of that population.
This is Black Saturday, an alternative twist up Black Friday. This shelter not wanting to compete with retailers, but offering a gift of love. How about this? Instead of buying a laptop, bring home a lap dog.
Well, these 3 little guys came in to us on the 15th. They're approximately 6 weeks old.
I want to point out also that all of the adoptions do come with the spay or neuter vaccinations fully and a microchip, which is huge because, these the spay and neutering alone can cost $200 to $300 if you go to a vet and get that done. So thank you.
At the Riverside County City and Animal Shelter, where home is where the meow.
A little later, we take a look at one man's phenomenal half-court shot.
We're finally starting to see a lot of rain across the area, and it's rain we absolutely need for the 4 states. Because as you know, our drought situation, we haven't seen significant improvements, and believe it or not, we will not see significant improvements for some time. But the more rain we can get, the better. As we look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker from earlier, you can see we even got some pockets of heavy rain, and this rain is going to continue throughout the evening hours and even into early tomorrow morning, because it is part of a bigger system spinning out across Oklahoma that stretches all the way back down into the Gulf of Mexico, where they've been dealing with severe weather. But thankfully for us, we're just looking at rain, and it's rain again that we just absolutely need across the area. So we'll hold on to the rain chances as we go into the overnight hours, and roughly by 7, 8 o'clock, we're going to start to see some of this rain breaking up and getting out of here, but it's going to leave us with mostly cloudy skies. We're heading for a low of 40 degrees tonight. We can take a look at the future track, and you can see here we go, 11 o'clock tonight. We still got rain coming down. Could even still see heavy rain along the Highway 54 corridor from Nevada, Stockton, Fort Scott, Iola, Yates Center. Some heavy rain still possible. The rest of us just getting some good old-fashioned rain across the area. 2:30 in the morning, you guessed it, more rain across the area, so it's going to hang with us for a while. But as we head into 6:30, you can see there's still rain, but not nearly as much, not nearly as heavy as what we're seeing right now. and it will continue to ease up and clear out, and by about 10:30 tomorrow morning we may be left with a stray shower or two. Otherwise, not bad. We're just left with these mostly cloudy skies. Now, thanks to the blanket of cloud cover, it's going to kind of lock our temperatures in for us as we head through tomorrow. Rain chances overnight, as you can see, we'll hang on to them, and then by the time we get to sunrise and tomorrow morning, we'll start to see those rain chances taper off. Now, for tomorrow, we're going to hit a high of 44, and honestly, we're looking to get to that pretty early, and then again, with the blanket of cloud cover, we're just going to kind of park it right around the mid-40s for most of the day. And as we head into the evening, we'll start to see the clouds break up late Sunday. And as they do so, and of course as the sun goes down, we start to cool off pretty quickly. The rain tracker, we've already picked up some rain. So what the rain tracker is doing now is showing what kind of rainfall we can get from now until the end of this system, and in fact until 9 a.m. tomorrow. So again, points up north where it could still rain a little bit on the hard side tonight, could get an additional inch of rain. Everybody else could get roughly another quarter inch of rain as we head through the rest of the night and into tomorrow. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast, shall we? All right. If you're traveling from the holidays, maybe some of you had another day off next week and you're heading back on Monday. Well, Monday's the best day to do it. We're 56, partly cloudy. We have a system coming in on Tuesday. We'll warm up nicely to 64, but look at that low. We tank quickly to 28. Only 37 on Wednesday, 47 by Thursday, 53 on Friday as we clear back out. And then we see another system coming in by next weekend that could bring us some additional rain chances. So again, it's going to be a little bit soggy here and there, but it's rain that we need. And as you can see, though, once we head into Tuesday, we're going to have a few cold days and cold nights ahead of us before we get close to average once again.
Still ahead, the Lamar Tigers punched their ticket to the state championship game with a big win over Seneca. And Pitt State hits the field against Ferris State in the second round of the Division II playoffs. Jacob Leonard joins us with that and more next.
The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are still alive in the Division II National Playoffs. Now, the Gorillas have to go on the road for round 2 today, facing the Ferris State Bulldogs. And Pitt State is the 3 seed in the region. Ferris State is the 2 seed. Now, the winner of this one moves on to the national quarterfinals. First drive for the Bulldogs, Carson Golker keeps it himself. Finds his way in for the score. That makes it 7-0 Ferris State. And later in the first, Malik Mitchell goes over the middle and finds Brady Rose, and by the time the Gorillas catch him, he's able to stretch across into the end zone. That extends the lead to 14-0. Now, the Ferris State defense, specifically this guy, Caleb Murphy, huge problem all day. This is one of Murphy's 6 sacks. Ferris State had 9 sacks as a team. Now, the Gorillas claw back in it. Brandon Malikas picks it off, returns it for about 16 yards for the touchdown. Pitt State battled today and had a shot to tie it with a late field goal, but just didn't happen today. Gorillas fall 17-14 to finish the season with a 12-1 overall record. At the high school level, we have 4 local teams still alive for state championships. All 4 of them are in action today in the state semifinals. We'll start in Southwest Missouri with a Big 8 rematch between Lamar and Seneca this afternoon. Now, Seneca won this matchup in the regular season. Winner this time moves on to play for the Class 2 state title. Now, Lamar starts fast. Tigers' opening drive, Joel Beshore keeps it, finds some space, and he's loose for a 54-yard touchdown. Tigers jump out to an early 7-0 lead. They quickly get the ball back, and this time, handoff goes to Ty Wilhite. He's headed to the far side, rips off a 69-yard run all the way to the end zone. Lamar puts up 28 points in the first quarter alone. And they didn't stop there. Second quarter, Beshore going to the air, hits a wide open Austin Wilkerson. Another big play for Lamar. They extend their lead to 35-0. After the break, Beshore goes back to Wilkerson. He hauls it in and tumbles into the end zone. Austin Wilkerson, 3 touchdowns today, including a pick 6 on the defensive side. Lamar gets revenge over Seneca, winning 56-14. Tigers are headed back to the state championship.
We had a great game plan, and our kids knew exactly where they needed to be. Like I said, limiting the big plays, being in our run fits, being in our pass coverage, they were able to understand what they were trying to do and capitalize on that. So our kids just did their job, simple as that. They read their keys and they did their job, and we were running the football really well.
In Class 5 in Missouri, the Carthage Tigers host Francis Howell this afternoon in the state semifinals. The Tigers are looking to return to the state championship game for the first time since 2019. The Carthage is 11-1 coming into this one. On the other side, the Vikings 12-0. Howell already up 7. Kendall Gurley takes the reverse, gets outside and into the end zone for the 15-yard score. Carthage down 14-zip after the first. To the second now, they're down 21, but showing some signs of life here. COC Player of the Year Luke Gall finds a hole, outruns everybody down the sideline. 54-yard touchdown, so Carthage within 14 at half. So we go to the second half. Vikings, they would stay rolling. Brady Holtman in for the short touchdown. He scores twice today. That makes it 28-7. Tigers, though, not going away. Going back to their two best players on offense. Cooper Jadwin here finds Hudson Moore down the middle. He'll take it inside the 10 for Carthage. That sets up this. We're going back to Luke Gall. This is his second touchdown of the day, but in the end, it's Francis Howell pulling away 35-13. Carthage finishes the year at 11-2 overall.
I think maybe our first 3 or 4 possessions ended in 3 and out, and we just needed to pick up a couple first downs and get these guys some confidence, and we were able to do that. Once that happened, we got to rolling a little bit. But again, give a lot of credit to Francis Howell, man. They're a very talented group, and certainly have a great chance to win it all.
Finally, in Oklahoma tonight, the undefeated Grove Ridge Runners are in the 5A state semifinals. They hit the field in Owasso, facing the Carl Albert Titans for a spot in the state title game. Grove, though, falls in this one 55-21. The Ridge Runners end the season with a 12-1 overall record. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news right after this.
And check this out. On Wednesday night, during a timeout in the Kings-Hawks game at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Hawks fan and season ticket holder Iqbal Lakhani made a half-court shot to win $10,000. This is the second time he made the half-court shot to win $10,000. Back in 2018, he also made the same shot to win.
Quit inviting him to do that. They're losing a lot of money.
Yeah, no, that's a tough loss there. But, I'd like to take a shot at it.
Yeah, no, I'd love to. Speaking of taking a shot, former Pitt State wide receiver John Brown getting another shot at the NFL. He signed with the Bills practice squad today. So, hopefully we'll see him back in action on Sunday soon.
No, I'd love to see that. You'd love to see that Pitt State alumni.
I want to see those dance moves again on Sunday on TV.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, that's our time for now. Remember, we're always on at KOAMnews.com and with the KOAM News Now app. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night and a better tomorrow.